year or so, most of the signatories have been quite active in engaging with some aspect of the PAM, whether it be self-reporting or whether it be the partner survey or so on. So this is a summary of where we are at. As we've said at the start, currently we are now at 13 pledge signatories and 61 pledge supporters, which is really great. And some of you on the call will therefore be more knowledgeable of what has been happening than others who have maybe just joined. In terms of numbers, there's two other very interesting numbers here. We have just recently launched with Waxy, or I should say Waxy has recently launched with our help, the partner survey, and it has gone out to 1,613 partner organizations. So we are really looking forward to hearing back from partners as part of the learning about how we as signatories are doing on our pledge commitments. So that'll come, and you'll hear of that obviously in April then. In terms of another interesting number, PAM performance, we are at 71%, and that is an interesting number that on the next slide, I'll just show you how we came to that. It shows we're making headway. 71 is better than 50, but we still have a long way to go to 100. So that's, I think, where we are situating ourselves. To get that number, which is actually a kind of a accountability for ourselves. We looked at four aspects of the PAM where we had something to do or to be. We looked at whether we were submitting our self-reports, whether we are participating in getting partners to feed back to us through a survey or other mechanism, whether we have submitted 10 examples of our storytelling to the pledge expert group on authentic storytelling, the pictures of which you just saw on Kate's lovely slide, and whether we have attended working group meetings. So you can see here that the biggest participation or the biggest I suppose alignment with this would be around attendance at working group meetings, which is great. And the smallest one is around partner survey commitment. So we're hoping that that can also go up over time. A little bit more digging into these numbers. Next slide, please, there. Yeah. So in terms of the self-reporting, there are 4 organizations from whom we don't yet have the self-report. I think one of them is also a new organization, so I don't think that you are reporting this year. So we have 9 reports submitted, and we have, in those 9 reports, every one of them has reported against at least the 5 priority metrics. So those of you who know the reporting format, there are a number of metrics. I think I can't even remember this. Yeah, 17, it says so there. Thank you. 17 metrics, but 5 of them were chosen as, if you can't report on anything, at least report on these. So everybody did, which is great. But also everybody reported on more than those minimum 5, which is also great. And in fact, two organizations did actually report against all the 7 pledge metrics, which I suppose validates them as things we can measure if we want to, and hopefully we will increase that number going forward. Next slide, please. Next slide, please, there. Blessing. Yeah. So when it comes to the Waxy-led survey, 5 signatories are participating in that, and that's actually, as I said on an earlier slide, just ongoing. The emails have gone out to partners in the last week. We're expecting the information back at the end of the year or early next year, and we will report. And Waxy, I believe, will be reporting in April at the next gathering. And there are 2 additional signatories who are not participating in the Waxy-led partnership, but are doing the Keystone survey, which is also a very good way of collecting information from partners. So that is also important and to be valued. And there is that option that, if you don't participate in the Waxy-led survey, there are one or two other ways of collecting partner feedback, because 6 people haven't yet shared how they will collect partner feedback. So we would love that number to go down. So next slide, please. So here's a little bit of a breakdown. It's always a little bit tricky when you kind of put everybody's names against their performances, but I hope everybody will see this as what it is meant to be, which is an encouragement for us all to kind of take palm performance seriously, and really put our money, I suppose, where our mouth is, and be accountable on the things that we have committed to. The it's taking the 4 aspects of PAM, which I showed you earlier, and you can see here that some organizations have met all 4 criteria, some have met 3 of those 4, and some have met 2 of those 4. And just to say, MEDA is new, so welcome, welcome, welcome. If there is somebody from the Mennonites here, welcome to the pledge, and we look forward to seeing how you're doing next year, maybe, or somewhere along the line. Yeah, I think that's it from me. I think that was the last slide, wasn't it, Blessing? Yeah. Any questions, or if you want me to give a little bit more detail? I know I've rushed through it, but if I've missed out something really important, let me know quickly before it's too late. I could go on for hours on this.